Hey, welcome back to another video. I'm finally getting back to doing war vids, and I'm also in SSX now, so surprise. This is the first in-season war that I'm having with SSX. Those of you that know me know that I've been waiting a little bit in order to get in with these guys, and as of this season I was finally able to, and it's been a great experience so far. I've been friends with quite a few of the guys here for quite a while now, and it's a good time. So kicking it right off, we're going in today with Kingpin, Hood, and Ultron. We're going to be taking 5 in Section 1 and then 9 in Section 2. And I think we have a total of either 6 or 7 fights today, and a couple of them are really cool. So kicking this right off, we're actually going to be first taking this thing fight on node 2. This is a super common placement. Force of will means that you can't really manage his rock stacks with ability accuracy reduction, and then right back at it, and then the protection from knockdown as well. So this is just built to be a longer fight, and that's totally okay because I have Kingpin on my team and I know how to fight Thing really well. With his L1s, they're very easy to punish with my heavy because, of course, I have unstoppable. So if I get hit, I can just shrug the hit off and still, hit into him. Here I end up throwing my special 2, and it does trigger his natural protection as well. And my game plan going into this was just to use my L2 rotation so that I had that unstoppable and was able to, freely get my openings. But the thing with Kingpin is that he constantly triggers Thing's protection, and since, it doesn't really have a cooldown when you hit the maximum damage needed to trigger it, it's just making this fight a lot longer than it needs to be. But regardless of that fact, it still is going very smoothly for right now. Knock him down again with another special 2, try to get some more openings. He's not really playing into me super well. Protection comes back up here, so my damage is lower again. So I try to push him back up to 15 rock stacks, have him throw the special 1, and retaliate with my heavy again. Here I missed a parry, and that costed me my invulnerability boost, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world. That's why we run these things in the first place. He turtles up a little bit here. I try pushing him back up to 15, and then he luckily throws his L2 pretty quickly. Protection is up once more, so I just heavy to get rid of it. And the thing is, his specials and honestly his heavy, depending on the champion, are really easy to punish, in order to knock him down. Right there, I did get clipped because I went for a light intercept, and his attacks was just faster than mine that time, but retaliated with a special 3 to kill him off and to get all of that adrenaline healing back up. Overall, pretty clean fight. Lost a bit of health, but my next fight is actually Immortal Hulk, and normally I'm really good about healing up before all of my fights, but this one poses basically no threat whatsoever to me. This is a nothing placement in my opinion. I don't really understand it. I mean, his basic attacks, his specials are all really easy to punish, and his heavy isn't something that you need to bait. So having him on heavy hitter doesn't really make a ton of sense to me. But I did not end up healing for this fight, purely because I'm going to be healing for the whole fight anyways, just because of how Kingpin works. So I think by the end of this fight, I end up getting back up to like almost 80 something or 90 something % health, which is really nice because it means that I don't have to use those potions, and of course potions are more expensive, and all of the other things, game issues, blah blah blah, whatnot. We've all heard it a billion times. It is what it is. But that's one thing that I love about Kingpin so much. It's just all that free healing, all the big damage. He's just so good, so versatile. Love this champ. Power back boost sent me immediately back up to almost another special 2, but here I'm going to throw my special 1. I was not paying attention to the protection timer, but that's okay. So as soon as it comes back up, I place another degen on him, and then heavy because I wanted to not have to deal with his immortal mechanic, and he goes down, no issues, ended up healing from that. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at what is absolutely my favorite fight of this war. It is Nova on node 26, Defective Defense, and I was going back and forth for a while on whether to use Kingpin or Hood. And I ended up choosing Hood. Those of you that know me know that I am one of the biggest Hood fanboys that there is. This champ is so good. I recently got him awakened. So I knew that this was safe because I could control the fight and get openings a lot smoother. Because as soon as this special 2 goes off, he's not gaining any more buffs. And while I'm invisible, I'm completely stun immune. So if I really need to, then I can parry into him. And it's just so good. I love this fight. So I power started 1 so that I could quickly get to my special 2 through that first one, then just through the second one. And I mean, my bullets are going up super fast. I could have heavied right here and just ended the fight, but I wanted to be able to freely go invisible and charge it while I'm invis, just because that's a super easy opening. He goes down before I can even really describe the fight, and I love it. One quick thing was that the detonation number was much lower than it should have been, but we've kind of all decided that that was most likely just a visual bug due to killing him with the rest of the hits, and then that triggered without any modifier or something like that. So regardless, love that fight. It was so much fun. I can't wait to take it again. Moving into our Path 9 in Section 2, our first fight is going to be Doom here on One Eye Open. This is a super common placement, mostly because Doom sucks, and people don't like fighting him on this node, which is completely understandable. This fight takes so long, even with Kingpin being, Kingpin on hazard shift. This fight still takes forever because it's a rank 4 Doom. So, it's a good time. I end up having to bait out so many special 2s in this fight. It is absolutely ridiculous. This guy is running a bit of Mystic Dispersion, and, Kingpin gains some buffs and dexes and everything. It all triggers it constantly, so it's just constant back and forth. Here he throws a special 1, and it completely screws me up for the rest of the fight. He removes my overpower, and that also doesn't let me get any rages back. And then for some reason I just get super low RNG on the debuffs for a while. Part of that is due to the fact that I threw my L1, so then, now he has reduced ability accuracy, and hazard shift is affected by ability accuracy. So my damage is just so much lower, and my game plan has changed quite a bit now. I am just kind of spamming special 1s so that I have that constant damage over time on him. There I accidentally threw it again while he had aura active, and I'm very lucky that ability actually reduced the chance for him to go unstoppable and resist that knockdown, because otherwise I would have taken a full combo from a rank 4 Doom, and it wouldn't have been very pretty. He throws another special 2, keep on going with those full evades. Again, I'm very comfortable with it. I don't generally recommend it to people because it is dangerous if it hits you. I mean, even with as comfortable as I am, there have been a few wars where I have missed just the last 1 to 2 hits, and it will nuke your health bar down so fast. Those Incinerates tick so strong. But there he finally goes down, and again, Kingpin's constant healing here helped me so much through that fight. It's just really great. Our next one is Bishop. This is exactly why we brought Ultron, and here I reactivate another invuln just in case and throw on some tech boosts. I just would much rather get out of this fight as quickly as I can, purely because my Ultron isn't very high sig, but I vastly overestimated how difficult this fight would be with a low sig Ultron. I hit into him a couple times here just to see how much the shocks would be ticking for, and I mean, they tick for a bit, but it's not something that I'm going to be overly afraid of. I do still back off just in case during those shocks. But I do have Ultron's 2 built-in healing things, and then of course the reduced duration on them, which is going to be really nice to have. So Bishop, I always push him up to special 2 unless I'm using a fully Incinerate immune champion. It just makes the fight a lot easier. There, of course, I missed the last hit, but that's why we run these invulns. And so my health is still looking really nice. Here I bait out him hitting into my block after I throw that heavy so that I get my special 2 intercept. That way I get all those degens on him for a really big cauterize. There we get another special 2 out of him and finish it off with a nice clean special 1. Overall, I'm really happy with that fight, with how it went, so I was a little bit more worried about it than I needed to be. Lastly, today we're going to be taking a look at this Sasquatch on node 49, so the Hazard Shift Stun Immune mini-boss. Me and the officers were discussing this fight on whether it would be okay for Kingpin because of the tactic. But I was really confident. I've taken Sasquatch here before, and so DLL, spoilers, I'm in his battle group this season. He's my primary war leader. He told me that, he was totally fine with me taking this. Sorry for the rambling there for a second, Jesus. But this fight, my main game plan is actually just going to be spamming my special 1s for basically the whole thing. And I dueled quite a bit before going into here. Sasquatch's special 2 has a bit of a wide window on it that you can still trigger your decks even if you're pretty far away from it. So I parried the last couple hits on it pretty frequently in this fight. There, the tactic triggered, and I ended up getting parried from a late retaliation after he threw a special, but that's okay. Kingpin is very tanky, and that's, why we do these things. He's now in Wrath. That's, again, fine. And the tactic, actually, because of Kingpin's degen reducing defensive ability, actually, I think that 1 trigger was the only time that I have to deal with it through this whole fight, which is really nice. So we keep these degens on him so that we don't have to deal with that, because anytime that, of course, we trigger decks, there's a chance that it's going to trigger, but because we're reducing that chance, we're not having to deal with it. And then the degen is also reducing his chance of getting regens, which is exactly, like, it can be a pretty big deal in this fight if you're not paying attention to it. So he goes down. It's a pretty quick fight, and honestly, like, he nuked it. Again, free healing from Kingpin. Cannot stress how good that is. So yeah, that's basically it for today. Sorry if my delivery style on this one's a bit weird. It's been a couple of days, so I'm just happy to be back and able to get this out. Hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, just let me know. If you got any, anything, just let me know. So give me a comment. Tell me how your day is going. I don't know. I just like hearing things. So have a great day, or else. So bye.